So I've had a question for a bit. After the space map released and exploring, I started wondering to myself, how possible is the space map to be happening in real life? It's like, what if all this happened in real life? Well, I'm going to be answering that today. So today I'm going to be going over how possible it is, when it could happen, and will it happen. So, or like, will we actually do it? Or is it just hypothetical? So, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, how did we even get here? I mean, we literally just got here from an ancient artifact and that's it. Well, I have your answer. You see, on December 15th, 2022, they introduced a new thing called the rocket, and it was a Soyuz Soviet model rocket, which is so it's real. And it launched every 12 hours after it was released. So we don't know where it went, but judging by how advanced this place is, we can be safe to assume that it was probably here. Now, I was also wondering, along with you, so where are the rocket's remains? Well, probably in the ocean. But also, the capsule probably was torn down to make parts for this stuff. So I'd have to assume maybe like here, or maybe like the air ducts, I don't know. But the rocket was probably torn down to make these things. So who built it? Astronauts. So we had astronauts who came here. But my biggest question is, how do they even get back? Well, we already had our answer. Because in the May live event, they had this giant live event with an obelisk, and it could open up a portal to space. And although it was undiscovered, I feel like maybe a few of them opened up to get the astronauts back over here. And there's no way we had robots build all of this just because this is not really good for robots. Also, we probably see rovers. But the other thing is, how many rockets are there? Well, I have your answer too. So, the rocket first launched on December 15th, 2022, which is also whenever it was first added. So, how long was December 15th, 2022 to January 10th, 2026? As you know, on the Green Dot live event, which was January 10th, the meteor came in and destroyed the rocket. So we don't have the rocket anymore. So how many times did it launch? Well, it launched 2,244 times. Here's the math. As you can see, it would actually normally be 1,122, but because it launches twice a day, you see 12 hours, the first one at 12 at night, and then the second one at 12 in the afternoon. So it launches twice, which would mean 2,244 times it launched. Meaning, how many of these even made it here? I mean, probably a lot of them, I assume a lot of them didn't even carry a full building. Like, maybe one of them just carried this little thing, like the radio tower. Maybe one of them carried that little pad right there. And maybe one of them just carried this engine, or this little vent thing. Because some rockets just can't hold that much, because it's also space. But now that we have that out of the way, that really means that Gorilla Tag is extremely advanced. Also because, how are we even breathing? Well, if you look around, well, we have a working air duct right over here. And, yes, it will blow you around. And you know what air ducts need? They need air. And air carries oxygen. So, how is there oxygen? Well, I'm about to be there. This glass dome, I assume, produces the oxygen needed for us. So that's why we're not allowed out, because we'd probably suffocate and die. Because as you know, that's what happens in space, because there's no oxygen in space. There's nothing. So yeah, look, it's working. It's spinning, it's producing air, so this... Alright, but what's the other question? Where are we? I mean, literally, we just took a ancient artifact and then just teleported us to a random purple planet. Well, in Gorilla Tag lore, I'd have to say probably the aliens planet. And don't get me wrong, there are tons of exoplanets with purple on them that are like completely purple. But I'm just gonna say this. We're probably not there, just because the Soyuz rocket cannot get past the Earth's orbit. It's just built to orbit around the Earth a few times and then fall back down. So, how did we get here? Well, Gorilla Tag is clearly more advanced than us. Like, I mean, come on. We don't even have a moon base yet, and they're already making this. So, we could clearly see that they're more advanced than us, so they might have an advanced model of the Soyuz rocket. But also, if we had to assume, I'd have to assume this planet could be a stand-in for Mars. Now, that's just my theory, alright? This could be a stand-in for Mars. So now let's get to, could humans get to this? Short answer, yesn't. So, first of all, we are going to go to Mars. I think it's in, like, the 2030s. I'd assume, like, 10 years from now, we'll be on Mars. We're going to be taking this thing called the Starship by SpaceX. And it can carry up to, like, this number, I forgot. But they've done, like, tons of test flights already, and I think it's launching 2030. It's supposed to carry people to Mars. And it takes around, I think, like, 8 to 9 months to get to Mars. Yeah, I think 9 months to get to Mars, so... And you may be wondering, Red, why'd you say yesn't? Well, we are going to get to Mars, which this is all assumptions, which I could assume this is a stand-in for the planet. We're probably not going to build all this. But how long would it take us? Well, first of all, like I said, a Soyuz rocket can't really hold that much. And let alone we haven't even built a mission or anything on the moon. We just left stuff on the moon, like golf balls, lunar landers, and rovers. Or, like, cars, whatever. So, it's safe to say, it's gonna take a bit for us to get to that point, but we actually are going to be building a moon base. I think it's like 2029 is whenever we're gonna have like stuff on the moon like actually built. So how long would this take us? Probably 100 years. I mean, come on, y'all. There's no way we're going to build an observatory, a working air bubble, a whole planetarium with modified gravity, multiple air buildings, and then also a building with not only a working engine but working electricity. And yes, that computer is electricity. So how did we even get electricity? Well, it took us a long time to get to the point where we could reach electricity. But since humans are more advanced now, it won't take that long. But still, there's a lot that goes into that. So, yeah, they're kind of advanced. And if you want more proof, there's working electricity. This, that, the air vent, these things. I mean, I could go on. And we just can't do all that, like, all at once. So, that Starship will hold a payload, but it's not going to hold the entire observatory. I think it could probably hold, like, maybe a ramp, and, maybe, like, half of this building. Or if we're excluding the ramp, maybe this entire building, but without the radio tower on it. So, that's not going to be happening. Question is, will we even do this? Now, we may have a variation of it, but we're probably not going to have everything that Gorilla Tag has. Because I don't think building an observatory on another planet that's just like our neighbor isn't really a big thing, because we already have extremely powerful observatories on Earth. I also don't think building a planetarium with changing gravity isn't our biggest concern. Neither is trying to split open a rock. So, this whole video was just me trying to explain how this would probably never happen, but also what could happen. So let's actually get into another question. What would happen if we did this? Well, we'd live on Mars. I mean, it's that simple. We'd live on Mars because you can literally live here fine, and you can just do other things fine. Oh, on this planet. I mean, like, look, you can take a rock for an elevator, like a crystal. Oh, never mind. And also, you can just separate gravity. Now, we also just have these random slides. Now, also, another thing I should probably note is that air ducts aren't like this in real life. If you were to actually step into an air duct, no matter what you're like, you're going to fall through it. It's just the movies that in Among Us made you think that air ducts you can just travel through, because you can't. Maybe in Among Us, actually. There's just a lot of stuff on the purple planet that we wouldn't really need. Like, sure, a planetarium with changing gravity, it's sick. Like, that'd be awesome. But we don't need that. We don't need that as, like, a necessary thing whenever we build a base on Mars. We need, like, an air bubble or a radio tower. Not an observatory, not a planetarium, and not a split-open sandwich rock. My very last question is, how could we achieve the travel through planets without having to take a rocket? Well, Gorilla Tag used a artifact where you had to, like, touch an artifact, and it would take you to this planet. But that's not gonna happen in real life. So the short answer is no, unless, like, in a couple decades or something like that, or maybe a few centuries, we find a rock that's found on Mars too, and it can take us from Mars to Earth and Earth to Mars back. It's probably not gonna happen. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was just a random question that was on my mind, and I decided to share some cool stuff with y'all. I do like Gorilla Tag Space Update. It's just, and it's also how they actually did use some ideas, even though most of it I was kind of just theorizing. Who knows, maybe Gorilla Tag could make my theories canon, and that we actually did, or maybe we did find out how to split open a sandwich rock, or maybe we did find out how to manipulate gravity to circle you around a planet, a miniature planet to be exact. And then maybe we also did find out how to build an observatory. Maybe we did build all of that. But, anyways, that's the end of today's video. If you would like to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm probably not going to do any more theory videos. This was just a random idea that popped in my head. As Goated would say, stay goated. That's Little Red Monkey signing off. Peace.